be are the focus of today's special baby shower edition of Studio 5. I'm in such great company today, but we haven't forgotten about the dads. We are turning to Studio 5's What's He Thinking, guys, for a male perspective on all of this baby business. So we asked Sam, Frankie, and Steven, what's your biggest fatherhood fear? Here's what they had to say.
I'm so terrified of dropping a kid. I think that's probably like my biggest fear of all, because if you ever hold like a baby, they're so light. I always worried I'm just gonna like walk up the steps and fall on them or something like that.
Well, I don't have kids. We don't have kids. We did pull the goalie, so I do think about this. So if we do have a child, my big fear of fatherhood, and I'm not kidding, is as they get older, a little older, and start talking and asking questions, that I'm not going to have the answers to anything, like to nothing.
One of the fears I had from fatherhood was keeping my children safe. I have 5 children. My third child is Claire, and Claire has always been accident prone. In fact, here she is, and I love her. But Claire, boy, she broke her arm, and then she cut off her fingertip, and then she fell down the stairs at the Marriott Center and was stopped by a metal pole, and she's really grown up to be someone awesome. You know I love you? Okay, yeah. But this is what I worry about. She's in 10th grade now. She's doing wonderfully. But it's always something that I worry about.
Stairs and getting stopped by a pole. Ouch. Yeah, I would worry too. All right, guys, thank you so much for that perspective. Whether your husband is a first-time father or a seasoned, tried and true dad, the arrival of a new baby is bound to cause a little bit of anxiety, right? My next guest says there's a lot moms can do to help ease fatherhood fears. He's a father himself and an expert on couples and relationships. Everybody, please welcome Studio 5 contributor Dr. Matt Townsend.
No.
I mean, here they are to greet you.
I smell like oxytocin in
the
here.
The hormones are running.
Do you smell that?
Is this amazing or what?
This is scary. They're behind us.
I know. Just keep focused forward.
I feel like they're checking me out. Is that awkward?
Not a surprise. Not a surprise.
Look at my shirt.
I love it. It's pink and blue.
Baby girl.
Gender neutral. All genders represented.
My wife dressed me.
I love it. Thanks to Marty.
It is perfect.
Hey, this first-time parenting fear, is that a real thing?
Terrifying.
Yeah.
Well, you know why?
Why?
It's not natural for guys.
Well, I was going to ask that. I didn't want to fuel any stereotypes. It's fair to say it's a little more natural for women.
Totally. Have you been to a baby shower?
I'm at one.
Okay, here's the deal. When women smell a baby's head, true, I promise this is true. It sounds like a joke, but it's not. Pheromones are released from the baby, and the woman's brain picks up the pheromones, and she creates oxytocin, and she wants a baby.
What?
I know. And here's what happens. So if you've been to a wedding shower, they always have a baby there, or a baby shower. They always have a baby there, and they pass it around.
Yeah.
Like it's drugs.
Yeah.
And the moms smell the baby. And they pass the baby around, and all the moms are smelling the baby.
They're inhaling the baby magic, yeah.
And then after the shower, some 80-year-old wants a baby. So when Marty goes to showers, we have to hose her off after. Because we don't want her coming home wanting a baby. See, that's so natural for a woman, but that doesn't happen in the male brain.
But that's a real chemical release.
Totally.
Women experience. Men, not so much.
Not at all.
Not at all.
They only get an oxytocin release every once in a while.
Yeah, every now and then.
Yeah.
And we won't talk about when that is.
No, don't even go there.
So when can... Yeah.
That's what got us here, by the way.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you for that. What can moms do to ease those fears that naturally set in?
Part of it is, you know, dads, we want, it's so hard because we want to be good at this and we want to feel like we know what we're doing, but we actually don't know what we're doing. So moms, we need you to help us bond with our kids. We naturally want to bond, but we don't bond the way you bond, right? So dads tend to bond in activity. Women tend to bond more in a conversation. So women turn babies to their face and they talk to the baby. Who the baby? Who the baby? You'll never see your husband do that. You won't. He'll turn the baby away from him so his face is out, and he'll play with the baby.
Sure.
And the baby will become a puppet. And he'll move the baby's legs, and he'll play with the baby. And the whole time you're like, don't do that. Or he'll toss the baby.
Yes.
Don't ever toss a baby.
The little cheerleader pose, I can't even take it.
Why do they do that?
Why?
It drives moms crazy.
I guess it's that bonding through the action.
So men bond in activity with their kids. So one of the things you got to let them do, maybe not when they're young, don't let them toss the baby, but you got to let them be the dad. And the research shows that dads roughhousing with kids and playing with the kids teaches the kids to manage emotion. So dads being dads, even though it's not the typical way moms would do it, it's what we need to do to bond with the baby. Let us serve, let us diaper, let us still play with the baby.
You say one thing women can do maybe a little better job at is letting dad have priority when it comes to serving the baby, taking care of the baby, holding the baby, all of those things.
Don't put the baby in the crib when the dad's sitting there. Take the baby to the dad. Make the baby get the dad. Ask the dad to do this. Have the dad change the diapers. Every mom in your life will come take over. Every woman will come in and want to hold that baby. And a lot of times the dads will step back. Don't let the dad step back. Keep drawing them out, bringing them forward, and basically pointing out what they do well. Dads need to be noticed at what they're doing well.
Does that advice apply at 2 a.m.? Because I'm going to say Matt said.
No, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Mark, I don't know where he is, but I'm going to talk to him.
Okay, good. Pointing out what men do well. Is that something else we can do? The compliments?
Because we already don't feel like we're good at this. Think about it. We didn't grow up necessarily babysitting all the kids in the neighborhood. And men are already really good at burping. Let's be real. But we've never had to like coax one out of another child or a being. So we don't know what we're doing, even though we think we know burping, but we don't know how to get somebody to do it. So we kind of need to be noticed when we're doing something right. And so it's just positive psychology. You just need to notice what they're doing well, give them opportunities to do stuff, and then notice when they're doing it well. When he's showing a lot of care for the baby and he's doing something naturally that's beautiful and perfect and right, notice it, especially if you want to keep perpetuating it. The more we notice the good, the more we perpetuate the good.
You hear this idea that sometimes men, one of the fears they might have is this idea that they'll be replaced by this beautiful, smell good baby.
How could they not?
Is that a real fear?
Yeah, because you already have immediate chemistry with this baby, and then every time you feed it, you go into that weird la-la land that we look at you and you're like high for your baby. Even if it's 3 in the morning, like, I need baby. But we don't get that natural thing. So we all of a sudden start to feel this fear that you may not need us. You don't want us. So a bunch of things. Go on dates, make new rules, have some activities. Like you may not be able to go out with the baby, but Netflix, hello. You can go get Redbox, go get stuff that you can do, start new traditions, and eventually by the way, you can still cuddle. You just got to know something. As far as the intimacy goes, he's absolutely terrified of you because he's seen a miracle happen from you.
Yes, yes.
And he's not quite sure if it was positive or negative. So you're like, it's the Madonna syndrome. You're now the Madonna.
Oh, good.
You're like the perfect woman that can bring life to earth. You're not always going to he's not going to know how to handle that.
Right.
However, Marty did a trick on me. The doctor said we weren't supposed to be intimate for 4 to 6 weeks. For 4 children, I thought it meant 46 weeks. And she went with that.
She just took it.
Which was rude.
It
was rude. And our 5th child, I'm like, he said 4 to 6 weeks. He's so rude.
Maybe take the initiative there, take the lead.
And it doesn't even have to be sex. It could just be holding each other. You could bond. You could just still cuddle. You watch. He's afraid of you. He really is afraid of you because all parts of you are not what they used to be.
Sure.
And
well said. That
you know
was
what I'm
very
saying?
Appropriately stated.
And this baby has priority, and you smell like milk.
Yes.
And it's just weird. But he loves you, and so you'll notice he'll have a distance from you.
All right.
And just watch you. So you need to reel him back in with that female power.
That Madonna power. I think there was one audience member who was listening with a slightly different ear.
Yes, there is. She's right there.
Who is this?
This is my daughter, Sarah.
And?
She is pregnant with our first grandchild.
How about that?
Oh! Yes! You want to show him your bump? Show him your bump, Sarah. She's got a bump. She's tiny, but she's got a bump.
We're having a lot of fun because a couple of years ago, Matt earned the title of doctor.
Dr. Matt.
And so we started using that out of respect. Now it's been replaced by grandpa. We're having a lot of fun with that.
Which means I'm sleeping with a grandma.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Matt Townsend, everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.